The recent announcement by Immigration Minister Mark Miller on the cap on admissions for international students took everyone by shock. It was not unexpected news, as it was reported in the media relating to the housing crisis and publicly discussed by Mr. Mark Miller. However, the sharp cut of like a 35% decrease was unexpected. The question here that is raised is about the integrity of the program. In the past, we have seen unnecessary backlogs, delays, high rates of refusals for study visas. This was clearly the impact of something that was not going right. The factors that led to questioning the study visa process are many and can be checked. So the major factors that led to this are students coming with low to no level of knowledge of English or French. If you're coming to Canada for higher education and communication is a major challenge for you, then that's a deterrent for your process. Secondly, they were studying at colleges where pretty much everyone is admitted for money. There is no concept of student fit evaluation. This is highly problematic for students who are actually eligible and wants to move to Canada for quality education. Applicants who are seeking employment, immigration, it kind of strained the system. And the third factor are the dubious actors. And they are the ones who gives advice to students. All these agent educational counselors from outside of Canada who have limited or dated knowledge of the education system, labor market, or social changes in general are advising students and risking their chances of immigration. This cap will be introduced in each province and territory and will be impacted by percentage of province's population. Interestingly, for Alberta, it appears to be a bit different. Since the cap will be allocated by province, Alberta is likely to see an increase in intake of capacity. Compared to the east, the housing issue in this province is controlled and right now, which results in like fair rent, living prices, and so forth, which kind of impacts a newcomer to a great extent. The second highlight for January is means of income, which is very important for a newcomer, as well as others. For employers, securing an employment is not only a means to have an income, but also a pathway towards permanent residency in Canada. Now, for better sustainability and everyone's success, IRCC has started to focus on occupations which are relevant for the labor market. So the categories that IRCC commonly targets in their express entry choosings are occupations in demands. These are primarily category in healthcare, STEM, science, engineering, management, and then trade, transport, agriculture. However, on January 10th and on 23rd, we have seen IRCC continued to invite candidates from general stream. A total of 2,500 candidates were invited. The scores were high, which ties down to the fact of having ties to Canada and your profile in general. For example, you have Canadian work experience, education, high level of language, and primarily age, which plays a factor. And the final highlight for the month of January is about work permit for students after they graduate, the postgraduate work permit. To better align the post-graduation work permit with these changes, IRCC announced updates to programs' eligibility criteria. So starting in September 2024, so we are about 8 months away, international students who begin a study program that is part of a curriculum licensing agreement, which is also known as PPC, Partnership Program with Colleges, will no longer be eligible for a PGWP after graduating. This primarily applies to students who would start studying in private partnership colleges. So if you're somebody who is interested to come to Canada, there are a few things you have to do diligently. Number one, do your research and your homework well. Secondly, take advice from somebody who knows the system, is a professional, and have expert knowledge. And finally, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments section. We will get back.